Hello, chat. Hello. It's time. Four at the back! We've got four at the back! We have faith. I have faith now. Life is good. Okay, maybe we have a chance. So, I mean, let's just hope everything's working as intended. Nice to see everyone that's in chat. Nice to see you, Chateau. Nice to see you as well, Flash. Hopefully everything is working as intended. Seems to be the case. Hello. We should be live. Everything should be, up to speed and working as intended. It's game day. We need to win. We need to win well, and we have a chance to because we're not playing with fucking three at the back. We're not playing with three at the back. Yes. Yes, we're winning. We have to win. Realistically, if we don't win this game, we might as well just throw the season away the new. So, yeah, I'm pretty confident that we've got what we need to do. I think we should be fine. We should be okay. We should be, again, I've just been screaming for the fact that we just need that extra defensive space there and push one of the midfielders forward. We've done that. Martin O'Neill has came back, realised that that is pretty much all we've needed to change. So already I am 99% convinced that the sacking of Nancy was the correct move. The only reason I'm live for this, by the way, I know I said in my last stream that I wasn't going to do this one and I was going to cover the Falkirk one instead. The only reason I'm covering this one was because Nancy got sacked. I want to clarify this. If he was still in charge, I would not be live for this game. But because it's the return of Martin O'Neill, obviously, and the fact that there's actually some optimism about the place now, yeah, of course, I felt like it might be a good game to cover. So that's exactly what we're going to try and do to at least a decent effect today to anyone that's joining us. Hope you're having a lovely weekend so far. Just a good week in general, of course. But, I mean, let's pull up all the things I need to pull up here first. So obviously, let's start with the basics. There are a couple of scenarios at play. Obviously, Celtic still have that game in hand over Rangers, but we need to win it realistically to keep pace, and more importantly, by at least 2 goals in order to take second spot back. Basically, Hearts play tomorrow at 2 o'clock, I believe, against Dundee. Well, I think it's the other Dundee anyway. I could be wrong on that one. I don't want to make assumptions, but I believe it is. That's who they play. So obviously, that game could be interesting if they decide to lose that one, because it means that the top 3 are all within 3 points of each other. Nice to see you, Loz. Hope you're well. Morning, everyone. Nice to see you, mate. I forget that it's always a bit earlier where you are. Hope you're well, brother. Hope you're enjoying yourself. But yeah, realistically, we need to win. Gets us back on track. Realistically, the last, let's say, 10 games or so have been up in the air. But yeah, as we were touching on, I mean, for some reason on this one it says it's 3 at the back, so I have to go and pull up the lineups in this one, and of course it's refreshed for some reason right as I pulled it up. That's fantastic. Thank you. Very cool. But yeah, there's your lineup there. It's 4. We got 4 at the back. More importantly, we're going to see one of our new boys today, which is going to be an interesting one. We've got Tierney starting on the left-hand side. Obviously, Scales and Trusty coming into play as a centre-back. We have 2 centre-backs. We have 2 centre-backs. We have a defensive option. That's good to see. But of course, Julian Araujo comes on in that right-hand side, so there's no Ralston, no Donovan. That's slightly interesting. But again, I don't mind it at all, and maybe it could be interesting to see how Araujo plays. That's lovely, Kel. Nice to see you, brother. Be a little bit more respectful in that. Come on, man. The game hasn't even kicked off yet. At least let's concede first before you start the game of shite. McGregor and Gels starting the midfield, which is pretty much realistically what I was expecting. And as I was touching on over the last few games, one of the things that I wanted to see specifically with Benji Nygren was to push him a bit further forward. But we've decided to take that role and apply it to Rio today, which could be interesting. I think it's more or less just to make sure there's an extra anchor pass option there, because we've got a winger back now in Tenecte, which is nice to see, someone that's actually got a bit of quality. So he starts on the left hand side and Yang starts on the right. Dyson comes in ahead at the, well, as the striker option, I should say. So it's not Kenny, which, I mean, Flash, as he's just talked about in his comments there, and I'd kind of seen his thing on Discord before I went live. Realistically, yeah, I thought Kenny would have started this match, not going to lie. I thought that Maeda would have been on the left, but of course, Tenecte being picked for this one kind of threw that one up in the air. So I don't mind it at all. I think it's a realistically pretty solid and straight standard lineup. It's what we would want to see. Schmeichel in between the sticks is always a bomb scare, so any shot for 20 plus yards is pretty much a 50-50 chance of hitting the back of the net. So we need to be aware of that. Try and keep Dundee quiet where we can. That would be nice, but of course, it's always up to interpretation of how the team actually kicks on from the kick-off. Realistically, if we don't start fast, it's going to be problematic to kind of get into the game in jail the way that we have to. But again, Dundee are a very strong, pragmatic side in their own ways, and the thing about United is they don't concede a lot of goals. I mean, their formation's weird. It's pretty much the way that Nancy, operates, I guess, to some degree, but obviously a little different. I should just pull up the actual lineups here. This is what I'm talking about by this being real, because apparently this is the lineup on this screen. It's not. I want to clarify, but there's Dundee United's lineup. It's as you would pretty much expect. Richards in between the sticks, Carestas, Graham and Severge playing as their three centre backs. They've got Namo, Ferret, Sibbald and Stevenson as their midfield four, with Sapsel playing on the right, Sturton, or is it Sturton? I think it's Sturton, right? Playing as a striker, and Kamara playing on that left hand side. Flash is quite happy to spam the Martin O'Neill chance, things you love to see. I don't think there's too much else I can really do in terms of, because again, like, the lineup isn't right on this one for whatever reason, so I suppose I can do that, keep that one up there. Or I suppose I could actually pull up the benches for you, right? If you want a little look at the benches, there's some options there for you. But our lineup, if you want a more pragmatic and actual, realistic look, is that. But my aid is obviously in at the striker position. You can only hope for a very good performance for these boys today. Again, it's not a packed out Celtic Park. You wouldn't expect it to be. We've got about 5 minutes-ish from kick-off, so hopefully there's a bit more atmosphere and fans to come into the stadium. It's about 85% capacity so far. Fair enough, Gil. More important, the hope factor's back. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's back until obviously the 90 minutes are up and over with. Obviously, it's nice to see that we've played this game with a bit more seriousness. We've got obviously a more defensive formation, which is nice to see, because again, 3 at the back is just fucking stupid and never was really going to work out, especially in a league where it's mostly about counter-attack of physical set piece type football. Having one solo defender for that type of stuff is just not smart. So it's nice to see that we've actually kind of just taking a more serious approach, but we need a strong performance regardless, right? Even if things look great, even if we've got Martin O'Neill back in the dugout to take over, and we know that's a reliable tactician, they still need to apply it on the pitch, right? Because as much as Nancy was shite, you can certainly say there were a few games that the players let him down in, so they still need to be able to take their chances today. That's the bare minimum. That's why my prediction's 2-0. I believe that because we've got that extra player in the defence now with that 4 at the back, I don't see us conceding. I really am being optimistic when I say that, because that's me assuming a lot, but pragmatically I think it's what makes the most sense, right? Realistically, Dundee are not going to have that many chances, and I feel like if United are going to go forward, it's going to be in a very limited capacity. You don't imagine them having more than 5 to 10 shots realistically over the course of the whole 90 minutes. You would expect Celtic to have almost double, triple that. So yeah, by the process of chances and process of elimination, 2-0 seems like a reasonable kind of middle ground to go with. But it's nice to see Mark. Hope you will. You got the score last week, bang on. Said it about Wilfred, just get my mouth. Well, there you go. He is out your sight and back wherever the hell he's came from, so we're going with O'Neill today. And I think, realistically, the way he's been speaking in the post, pre-match conference, I should say, he's been pretty docile, pretty calm, doesn't look nervy, so that's good to see. He seems very kind of laid back and like he's got a pretty solid grasp on what he wants his boys to do today. And obviously it's nice to see Trusty and Scales coming in as that centre-back pen, because it's been a while since we've seen those two play in a similar capacity as the same type of role as centre-backs. Usually you've got Scales coming on for Tierney to play on the left-hand side, or Trusty just basically being stuck on his own. It's nice to see you, Austin. Hope you're well, man. Really hope to see the Martin O'Neill effect. Well, I mean, it should kick into full effect today. It would be nice if it could. Obviously, we just need to kind of hope that there is some half-decent football to be played, especially in the opening stint of this game. The bare minimum we can hope to see is something half convincing. If we can get a good start in the opening 20-30 minutes or so, then yeah, our faith boys are heading out the tunnel now. We'll be underway relatively soon. All we can hope for is a good performance, boys. It's all we can hope for. If we can get that, then I am more than happy and more than chuffed. We'll obviously read out the lineups as they do on my screen as well, of course. The captain looks fired up. All we can hope for is a decent performance. Let's read out the lineups. Let's start with the home side, of course, our side. In between the sticks is Casper Schmeichel. Boo. We've got Tierney and Araujo playing as a full-back pairing with Trusty and Scales as our two centre-backs. We've got McGregor and Arn holding up the two midfield areas, with Rio being pushed just a tad bit further forward, but keep in mind he'll drop in to be a flat 3 if needed, but more or less will be operating as a central attacking midfielder, with Tenekte and Yang playing either side. Tenekte being back in the side is a huge fucking thing for us. I really hope that he kicks back in and just settles straight back into the squad, scores a goal. That'd be lovely. But no Kenny starting up front today for us. It's going to be Dyson, my either. For Dundee, it's pretty straightforward as you would expect. As Richards in between the sticks, Vels, Graham and Carestis are their 3 centre-backs, with Namo, Ferry, Sibbald and Stevenson is there 4 in the midfield. Sapsord starts on the right, Kamara starts on the left and Sturrotten starts up front. It should be an interesting one on the process of things. The only reason I'm keeping this one here is just so that you actually have like a proper lineup to look at. We'll obviously be using this for the live score stuff once kickoff actually happens. Like I said, this one's a pretty big deal for the tail. Nice to see you. Oh, not a penalty, you changed your name. Nice to see you, mate. How's your health? Pretty okay, reasonable. Can't really complain about it. It's just a little bit under the weather. Kind of catching the tail end of probably a bad migraine or something over the last day or two, but more than fine enough, my guy, more than fine enough to do this one. Like I said, this wasn't what I was planning on doing, so anyone that is here for this one, we do appreciate you very much. It should be a good one, hopefully anyway. If we can get a win, that's the absolute bare minimum. We've barely seen any of those. I have not literally celebrated a victory in a good while now, so it'd be nice. The Goodwood's men's ready, our men are ready. Football time, let's go. All we can hope for is a half-decent performance for every single one of those players on the park, especially you, Schmeichel. Do not fucking try anything stupid. It'll be interesting to see if Rio's going to take a more free-roaming role, but we can pull up the stats line up here. And obviously it will update over time as you would expect it to do. It's a decent ball forward and already a chance for Dundee to try and break in behind, but Celtic set themselves pretty calmly. There are no real issues whatsoever. Pulling up all the chat things just to make sure that I can actually see what's going on. There we go. It's a decent ball from Araujo. I was going to say a decent ball for Araujo, but the pass is a bit slack. Gets it at the second attempt. Nice 1-2 passing for Celtic, and already it looks a lot more. Apparently the foul's been pulled back on Ferry, who's already down and holding his head. I don't know what the fuck happened, I'll be honest. Oh, I took a ball off the schnoz. I thought it came off his chest in real time. Bounced up straight off his nostrils. Fair enough. Lovecold would have been just put a search for United, not mediocre. Honestly, they should just have a banner of a giant middle finger that's always pointed to wherever Lowell walks or something like that. You know what I mean? It just follows them around. I feel like the Northcold would be quite creative enough to do something like that. It's definitely not a packed out Celtic pop by any means. You wouldn't expect it to be, obviously. That's decent enough. Keep it on the ground. Nice. Just lays it back to Schmeichel instead. I don't mind it as long as we're playing it calm, then that's more than fair. Have to win by 3. Right now it stands at 2. I feel like a lot of us have at least a bit of faith in us to get the win today. I feel like a lot of us are a lot more optimistic just based on the formation, the fact that obviously Martin O'Neill's back in the dugout and he had a pretty good interim stint the first time round, 7 wins for 8, so it'd be nice to see him continue that form. And I mean, the passing already looks a lot more comfortable out the gate. The boys look a lot more settled down. They're not trying to chase every loose ball everywhere. They're not trying to press in 5 or 6s, so that's already a lot better. And there's a good ball in behind. The threaded pass could have been on. It's well cut out in the end. Played back towards Kamara and it's just eventually thrust up the line. Stevenson doesn't necessarily get there. Some bounce arounds and eventually it's gathered. I thought the referee was going to blow for a foul there based on the last fucking stoppage, but he gets away with that one. Nice enough. Tierney breaks it forward. Tenekte gets it. Overlapped chances there. He opts to cut inside instead. Good for the Tunisian. It's a nice little touchback for Rio and allows us to set our shape pretty much set in towards Dundee's half. It's already a good break forward. What the fuck is happening, man? Ball in behind could have been interesting. Still is, actually, if we can get there. And it's just bouncing around a little. Araujo eventually gathers it and just pops it back to Trusty instead. You went to the 3-1 versus Aberdeen. It was your first match in 10 years. Maybe you're a good luck charm. Get your ass out there now, man. We need the win. We absolutely need it. And actually, to be fair, we're breaking into the box. It's not a bad little touch for Rio to keep it under control. A wee dance around between Tenecte and Tierney down that far side, and eventually McGregor goes for the easy switch instead. Araujo, playing in his more natural position today, was forced to almost play as a right mid under Nancy with the one stint that we've really seen of him. He's already playing a bit more of a forward operating role. Kind of like Tierney in that sense. He likes to be a bit of more of an offensive fullback. That's good control from Rio again, and the advantage is being played. There might just be a shot from range. It's a good cross instead, cut out in the end. I think by that Ferry. But again, just constant Celtic pressure right now. Tenecte shimmies it down that left hand side, cuts it in for McGregor, laid off, very calm, scales to Araujo. Back out towards that far side again, nice little touch in from Yang, lays it off. Back towards his right hand side counterpart, one or two passes and eventually switched out towards the left. I mean, we're keeping the ball moving, we're forcing United to move, which is nice to see. Tenecte dances at them. Does really well to get to the byline. The ball in isn't half bad either. Takes a spill into the middle area and eventually clear the way. I think it was by Stevenson at the end. Could have been Sybil, honestly. One of the two of them pounced on it and got it way off the line. That could have been dangerous in its own right. Last thing you want is more fighting with the fans. I don't think there will be. Not today. Just out of respect for O'Neill. Need commitments from the board and compromise from the fans. We've compromised a lot by allowing like 6 defeats in A. That's as much as a compromise as you can get, to be honest. Nice to see you, Lindsay. Hope you're well, lass. Afternoon. You'll hope you as well, lass. Sack the board chance. I know that will be. I mean, I can't hear anything that's going on. I have to have obviously muted. Honestly, that should be something that should be put on a shirt, to be honest with you, Kel. Like, just combine the sayings for you and Onapermo. Get the cans in and the board out. Stick that in a white t-shirt and black impact font text and sell it for 20 quid outside the ground. I guarantee you'd get like 10 Celtic dads that would buy that, absolutely. Quick business opportunity for the rest of you. That's good for Tenecte actually, hold on chance. Decent dribble. And then it cuts back to show that previous chance that he was having as well. He could have honestly done a lot better with the ball into the box, but the little sidestep inside was fucking amazing. No excuse, but the poor behaviour, but no excuse from the poor behaviour, but the board taking a still shot of the fans. Fans, and it looks like a knife. Oh yeah, no, that was fucking incredible, man. Genuinely, like they tried to paint it out as like a whole bad. Oh, you've been evil to us, and it's like, bro, no, I think he was just like pointing things at. What the fuck is going on? Why stop dropping every pipe under the sun up there, man? The fuck are they doing? I mean, the compromise well off the field stuff. I mean, yeah, no. I feel like the kind of going to the ground and bitching at them every single match day that we don't pick up a win, and then every time we win we don't. That's a bit dumb. Yeah, I agree with that. But I mean, at the end of the day, they're the ones that pay for those, you know, players to come in. They pay for the fucking wages that the staff there get, and more importantly, they contribute to the fucking overall living standards of that board. And if they can't, you know, run a club, then why are they running a club? There's a guy called FMG that made a really good video breaking down what he thought from like an outside perspective was going wrong at Celtic, and he hit the nail on the head with a lot of stuff. There's just a major disconnect between all the levels, let's be honest. Whiskey to show them you're serious. Oh, hold on. Speaking of serious, there's a dance forward. That could have been something. Again, it's just that. It's the same kind of minor issues we're having so far where the final third ball isn't necessarily the best. But the movement is a lot better and a lot more noticeable. There's a shot for Tierney. I think it took a deflection. It could be going wide for a corner, and I think it has. First real big chance of the game. It goes the way of a fall back, and it could have been a really good goal as well. Takes one touch for the ball in for Rio, and it's a good shot as well. It does take a nick. Just a slight one, but noticeable enough, and more importantly, just about good enough to get it away. We'll have a corner kick. It's just a little bit weird seeing a bunch of green covers instead of the Green Brigade. It's just a wee bit annoying to see that. Ball whipped in. It's up and awkward. Trusty. That's not the best header, big man. Realistically, with how big you are, you need to put some fucking neck muscles behind that. It's piss poor. I think that's probably why they banned our goal in the first place, Flush. Even the trust of other ones are never the issue. It's always like the 0.2% that ruin it for everybody else. No, the Green Brigade though. Yeah, no, that was just a dumb move on the bold spot. It's like they did everything they could to try and throw that game away somehow, some way or another, man. Maybe they were just bored of winning titles and went, fuck it, why don't we just bring in a random chap from America for a wee while, see what happens. But now we can't afford to make any mistakes, so... Sometimes we'll have to show, well, to be fair, the toilets remained intact, so we'll keep that. For once it was us that was just pure shite. That's good for Raul. That's actually really good for Raul. The cut back in was calm there, but we ought to go backwards. Not really the move I would expect there for on, but fair enough. It's played out to Tierney in the end, and we could break forward regardless. McGregor, good shift. Raul seems to be the free roamer. Seems to be everywhere and nowhere all at once. Calmat pops it out. Rio. Just, it's actually not the wrong pass, to be honest with you. It depends what we do with it here. That could be a crossing opportunity. The crossing is fucking woeful at best, I'll be real with you. A few bounce arounds and then nothing else besides that. The pass in is actually not too bad if Tierney can get the cross away. It takes a deflection, should... Is it a corner kick? I think it's a corner kick anyway. It is. There was a slight miscommunication between a few of the players. There was a few half-hearted appeals for Dundee, but corner has been given in the end. Nah, I definitely don't disagree with a lot of what's been said. Communication is absolutely the fucking minimum that you need. It's cleared away quite confidently in the end, I should say, for Dundee, but it still could be dangerous. Please, shaft it. Nice. Cross it. Come on, Rio. Nice. That's actually a lovely cut-in chance for us to break forward here. We can get the ball. Please take a shot. One of these, man. You've had plenty of opportunities now. We're just passing it around the box again, man, like lads. You have had about fucking 6 opportunities to pop a shot in. I'm not even asking for like a high XG chance, just like, can you try and make the goalkeeper work and not just play fucking 1-2? And then we just go backwards. That's the part that pisses me off about the way we play. Don't do that. That's a good ball down the flank if we can get there though. Cross in is potentially threatening. It's a good combination on that back line. I actually gave them a lot of credit. I think it was Silvels that kind of flicked the head on for Kamara to claim. But again, Celtic just walks onto the ball, winning it back, no real problems at all. Dances forward, that's an awkward touch, still not necessarily dealt with. Eventually got under control. Araujo again. He is having a lot of early touches on the ball. Yang plays it back in towards Araujo. Good little shimmy touch. Ball in isn't half bad, but it's way too low to be threatening and cleared away at the first tangerine body, let's be honest. And it's cleared back in the end, and eventually we can reset our shape and go again. Come on, boys. Nice little taking touch. Lovely ball in from Rio. Good hold up play on the outside from Yang. Ball back into him is actually really good from Araujo, and it's the same type of crossing attempt, low and hard, but again, first body clears it away. Clearly need a near post runner if we're going to be executing those types of things. Imagine that as a January transfer window. We've signed some cans for Tesco Extra. Ball into the box is dangerous, good chance, good header, not exactly on target though. That's always the main issue with our fucking chance creation in these types of games. It was a really good opportunity. Cross in was fucking peachy from Tierney. The run for Yang was well timed off the back of his man very well. Made it real awkward for his, I think, Graham to get up and cause any real problems. Yang just pops the header, but it was always going to sail over the kind of top back corner of that post. It was, yeah, just a little unlucky. We kind of softened it, tried to redirect it, maybe could have got something on it, but for where he was and the pressure he was under, not a bad attempt at all. And Celtic immediately win the ball back from that punt. This is what I'm saying, I can't fault the way we're playing. Fucking excellent stuff from us. Defensively, sound as a rock. Dundee have barely put a threat in any capacity, let's be honest. It's been all one-way traffic. But we need a car to break through. Outside of the area again. Lovely ball. Takes a deflection out for another corner kick. For a few of those now. Just drop it in for a minute. I'm not bothered at all, Kev. Hope you will, man. Hope you will. Not even wrong. Not even wrong, Virtual. Nice to see you, brother. Oh, I was going to say that could have been nice. The little kind of stop touch when he fell over was clean as fuck, but then the flick on was that's poor, let's be honest. Still in a dangerous area, man. That like, Scales is 25 yards out for their own goal. Trusty gets it though, played back, Araujo again. Got to say though, I've seen a lot more of Araujo in the opening 15 minutes than we did in his entire debut stint. It's like not a right wee player. He's actually got it right outside on the edge of the D, lays it off towards Yang instead though. He's going to take a run. He's actually done fucking excellently, body that up brilliantly, half pass. Not the worst ball into the box, but Dyson's put under good pressure at the right time there. For Dundee to kind of get it away, it's forced out for a throw-in the end. Good marking for their skipper. Got to give him credit where it's due. Ball into the box is a little bit more dangerous this time round, but the touch is good. The second touch is good. Real big chance if you get the shot away. Instead pops it out towards the left again. We just need to take the shot there, man. Stop panicking. Ball into the box. I'm not sure what Rio's end goal was. I respect the audacity of it. I think he tried to go near post and kind of raise the ball over the top of the net to see if that would work, and obviously it did not. So, you know, you have to factor that in, I guess. Reasonable attempt though. Can't fault it. I actually love the idea of it. Gets to the byline as quick as possible, tries to pop it over the top, just doesn't necessarily find the angle. Aye, genuinely thought that was what I was irritating about him. McGregor had a perfect shooting range, and from 20 to 30 yards that is usually his territory, so I was half expecting to take the shot myself. It's a shame he didn't. It's that old saying, kill too much of anything is a bad thing. Okay, I've never seen a team do this intentionally from a free kick. They've got like 5 other players intentionally offside. You can tell that it was just to make sure that if obviously there was a flick on for a Celtic body, they technically would be onside. Like, I get the idea, but it was just very stupid. Like, that was never going to work. Tierney's now barreling down the left hand side. The only thing we really need to put a good, nice standard on this game is just that extra goal. We just need that goal. Well, that's an awkward ass touch actually defensively. I don't think he was expecting it to come off him. Bounces out for a corner kick on the other side instead. while we have a little break in the game. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. It helps out the channel. You can also leave a like on the stream. We usually set the goal for these ones at about 20, 25, give or take. Probably virtual. Maybe we should give our strikers placebos that make them score goals. Like, aye, make sure that your accuracy is a lot better or some bullshit like that and watch them score like 20 goals in the next match. I thought McGregor might have had a chance to pop it for range again. It's not the worst idea to pass it out if we can get the cross in, but we're just going side to side. You need to shoot this time. That's not bad, actually! Oh! Not bad at all. The ball in. Rio is finding some really clean fucking direct passes. That could have been lovely. Little redirect back over towards the Belgian, and the right idea for Arne. He kind of pushes his man away so that he has that extra bit of space, but can't just get onto the flick on as much as he would have liked. Unlock it. Richards just sends it as far up as he can muster it. Instantly won back by us. It has been very, very much one-way traffic. I want to clarify, like, if we do not go into half-time with at least a goal, I'd be very surprised. Dundee have done very little of note. It's not to be disrespectful towards them in any way. But in terms of offensive creation, they've just not been there. Celtic have actually won it back in a very dangerous area. Cross into the box. It's dangerous! Good shot! And I think it's a really good save by Richards, actually. I don't know if it was that came off the bar. Dyson managed to get there. It was a very iffy cross, to be honest with you. It didn't seem like it had too much threat on it, but it found its way through. When Dyson was the quickest to react, kind of sticks about, dangles it towards the goal, and I'll tell you what, it's a fucking great... I think it did actually, yeah. Richards managed to like flick it up onto the... That is amazing. Like, every goalkeeper always tends to have their best game against us. It's kind of fucking annoying. I've never seen Schmeichel do anything like that, man. Ball into the box. Header, straight into the hands of the goalkeeper, but again, another half chance and Dundee players gone down. They're seriously time wasting in the 20th minute. Love to see it. What a save indeed, man. It was class. Unfortunately, his goal kicking ability is not as good. What the fuck are you doing? Schmeichel, man, can... Even when he's on the screen for half a second, he's just not confident, is he? Nice to see you, kid. Hope you're well, brother. How you doing? I hope you're great. That's very kind, man. I'm doing relatively okay. I'm a little under the weather, I'll be honest with you. Migraine's on and off over the last few days, but I said I was, you know, wasn't going to cover this game depending on circumstances, and then Nancy gets sacked, so obviously I was like, fuck, I need to kind of do this one. So the chances are it won't be the Falkirk game that I'm live for. Steady on now, Kyle, just seen that comment there. Powder form. Oh. Surely you're talking about dub-dubs. We're just going to presume you're talking about dub-dubs. That's nice to see everyone's enjoying themselves in chat though. Vibes relatively respectable given the circumstances, always nice to see. Nice passing around the back there for Dundee. They had to be a wee bit quicker with it than they ideally would have liked. Sybil screaming for it, no real direction on his touch though. That's calm enough for them on the hold up. Nice little ball in his space. Ferry has it. Ball in is not half bad. Chance for Dundee. What the fuck was that touch? He should have honestly gone for a shot. I feel like there's just a curse in Celtic Park whenever there's a clear-cut chance. The fucking strikers panic. You got to say, even though it didn't really lead to a chance or at least a shot on paper, that should have been a real good opportunity for Dundee United, but instead we're breaking forward down that flank. Shots are, I mean, I say it's a shot, it's more or less a cross that looked more like a shot. It was a nice little breakdown that side again. Lovely move for Tenecte, but the cross was just a little bit lacklustre in the end. Let's be fully honest, wasn't the best. How you doing anyway, Caden lad? Hope you well. I suppose that question extends to all of you. Have you enjoyed your week? Oh, that's lovely for McGregor. Nice little pass back. Keeps under control. Scales. Runs it. Ball out towards that far side. Tenecte's just going to dance around a little bit. This is what he does well. He's able to drag a man out, kind of put a little bit of pressure on. It's always nice to see if he can force them out. That's Cam. Savel's just stays with him. Eventually switched all the way far side. Araujo goes in towards Arm. A little bit of a chase on him, but nice movement there. Lovely pass back for the captain. We just keep it close, calm enough. We like this. This is good. Not allowing Dundee pretty much to get within about 5 yards of the ball. As soon as they're close to us, we're moving it. We're moving it with purpose. Seems like the boys know what they're doing at the very least. Good run for Yang, gets in towards space. That's lovely. That should have been a real good opportunity, but again, Alan just doesn't funnel the pass through. Yang's doing a lot of heavy lifting. Absolutely, he's doing a lot of heavy lifting. We have a couple of Rangers fans that stop in here and now and then. I don't know where Gaz is. I honestly haven't seen him in chat. I hope he's okay. He's usually the sounder one. Kyle's just a bit of a juggle. Keep in mind he's a kid, Kyle. We don't need no Brokeback Mountain type shit, fuck. McGregor played into space, that's good, nice. Actually, really good pass out towards space. Hold on, need to shut my trap, there's a chance. Yang dances, forces the 50 to get out towards Araujo again. I love the fucking physicality for Yang. I don't know what's happened to him over the last few weeks, but he's either been hitting the gym or he's finally unlocked his true potential. He just woke up and decided to be a player. It's lovely to see, man. He was a great utility player before, but he's actually making a case to be a starter. Obviously that will disappear the second Jota comes back, of course it will, depending on obviously the form. I'm sure you have seen some of the transfer rumours that are going around right now. McGregor, Rio, nice, one exchange. Can't say Rio's having a bad game at all, by the way. He's played fucking excellently as that anchor cam. His little flick on passes, his 1-2 hold up touches, very calm, very pragmatic, lovely football. Like, cannot see he's done a single thing wrong so far. That's good for Araujo. Right into the box, oh for fuck's sake, man. On is probably the one that's been a bit of the weak link today. Should have honestly been able to get a touch on that. Let's it run instead. Scales has it from range. That's a pass though. Shot from Yang! That's what we're talking about! Like we were just discussing, this man is on form. And now he's on the score sheet. Fucking excellent, big man. Oh, that is a lovely taking touch. You've got to give credit to the pass because it didn't make sense. Honestly, it would have made sense to try and scoop it across into the box, get a runner going, but that is fucking clean. Lovely for Scales. Don't even know what he's doing there, man. He's right outside the box, but just rolls it across for Yang. Yang realises, no one's on me. And cracks it as hard as he can, as fast as he can. Takes one touch to set it up. The second one's an absolute fucking brilliant hit. Oh, that is clean as fuck. Finds the far corner. Love to see it. We've got ourselves a goal. You watching, Nancy? That's how you fucking use tactics. You don't need 50 attackers to have a good fucking rhythmic movement. That was a centre-back assistant to a winger. And we still have our defensive strategies intact. Would you look at that? Who would have guessed? Things you love to see, man. I fucking love Young. He's such a good player. I'm glad I fucking liked him for the get-go, man. People gave me shit for that as well. I used to get fucking like hounded for that. What you saying now, boys? Oh, there's another chance in the box! Fuck, boys, come on! That's easy. Oh, that was easier. That was actually easier. Spindled around a little bit and Dundee managed to scrape it off the line with a fucking... Well, the plum in fairness, they had to fucking get something on that last one specifically, but we've got the ball back again. Here's Yang. Oh, that's clean. Fucking hell, trusted that pass was not. Maybe he was going for the long range pass. Yang again, legend. What? Oh, whoa, 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 Maeda. Was he offside? He didn't look offside. I'm going to hope he's offside there, because if not, then he's just missed a big... Oh, fuck me, he was on. That should have been two. I mean, I thought based on the way that the shoulders of the Dundee players pure sank, it was like, oh no, fuck off, Dundee, you're in behind. Schmeichel! Thank fuck for you, Scales! Right, it's fine. One of the blonde boys got to it. That's fine. That's cool. I don't get why Schmeichel fucking chases after the line like that. Like, bro, you are literally a bomb. Just stand your ground. Made that shit way more complicated. Thank God for Scales. Give him credit where it's due, but like, just stand in the 6-yard box. Schmeichel, it's why it's designed. It's literally why it's painted on the fucking field. So you know where your edge is. Got to say, big opportunity for Dundee. Still is dangerous. Cross into the box. And I think there's a foul in there somewhere. You know, eventually it's pulled back for that. You should get the seconds up for the... I don't even know how I fucking do that, to be honest with you. I just use whatever's available on Google. I used to use Google's actual thing, because it was actually better. It was real time, it was like to the second. Rest in peace, Nancy. I don't think he's dead. More like rest in peace, Nancy's tactics. Because again, it's not as if we've been firing on all cylinders. Let's be straight up about it. It's very much third, fourth gear football, but comfortably being the better side. Honestly, could have scored one or two more. And we say that pretty much every fucking game, to be honest with you. But the difference is there's actually a bit more confidence. And the goal we scored was absolutely lovely. Still could be another chance to score a second. There's about 15 minutes left in this half, with additional time at least. So. Araujo. Got to say, he's a very good stint to this game as well. The opening half an hour for him has been very clinical. Barely put a foot wrong. Rio. Nice 1-2 passing. That's a lovely spread for Angels actually. The overlap is there, but Tierney might just go snapshot! That is fucking brilliant, man! It is too! It's on that's made the well-timed run. What a fucking move. That's team football. Martin O'Neill effect has well and truly fucking blossomed. Like a fine fucking thistle where a thorn in that defence's side. What a counter-attack that is, man. Lovely start for Allen. He's the one that begins it really with that cut-back pass. Tierney plays it back into him and Allen just times it, picks his run perfectly in between his two men essentially and just pops it. Same kind of place where Yang put it for the first goal. Catches the keeper out. Richards just tries to... Well, I mean, I can't blame him. He has to guess which way it's going. Then he just throws himself the other way. Allen puts it the other side. 2-0 to the good. Thank fuck for Martin O'Neill. Nancy could never. That's all I'm saying. Goodwin gutted. Definitely going to be the headline in fucking... in the Tannadice papers tomorrow. You say that for free. That's how it's done. It's exactly, honestly, best way to summarise it, mate. Get a third now. So far, my prediction is correct. It would be nice if it could stay that way. However, fuck that. I want 6. We need to, like, score all the goals that we fucking, you know, lost under Nancy's goal difference fucking scheme. Yeah, hopefully, man. Does the Rangers even play tomorrow? Oh, nice. Keep the pressure on. Tried to keep the pressure on anyway, it's popped out behind and out for a throw-in anyway. Goodman was furious when he seen Rutherford was gone. Every single motherfucking... Pretty much every coach in Scotland. Like, can you imagine, like, standing with Talbot's fucking manager? Thinking, right, maybe we actually have a chance in this cup match, and then they see Martin O'Neill's back, it's like, fuck. My hopes, my prayers, they're gone. Just like Dundee's ability to attack this game, it's just been very lacklustre from them. But I suppose that's what happens when you have an extra fucking defender there, and you don't play with 3 at the back. Hint, hint. Oh, what a move. What a move. Oh, that's lovely for Rio. Lovely pass again. Fuck me, the football is gracious here. Played out towards the left-hand side. Denekti. Dances in. Shot. Deflects. A bunch more deflections. Headed. Popped. And eventually cleared away by Dundee by about 10 feet. And then eventually a free kick's given because Walsh is... Was there contact or did he just go down? Nah, no, it was contact, fair enough. Oh, Rangers play Aberdeen. That's actually going to be a pretty fucking interesting game then. Not for scorelines, you'd imagine Rangers should win that, right? Based on the way if they were able to fucking play the way they did against us and score 3 goals, they'll probably score about 4 against Aberdeen. But it depends, right? You never know. It really depends on what version of the Dons you get, actually. But in this game, we've... Oh, Araujo, that's a yellow. Instant. Yeah, that's not even debatable, man. I really hope for his sake the studs weren't up. It's a fucking reckless challenge, that one. Right, his studs ain't up, so it's just going to stay a yellow. Thank fuck for that, man. But he does take his man out of belter. Yep, yellow's more than fair for that. I had to look up to find what comment you were even talking about, of course. Fair enough. Now in a way you have, we got beat off Rangers. It's what I said at the start of that stream. Right, like best case scenario, like we win and win comfortably and Nancy kicks on for there and went on to, you know, dominate. Worst case scenario is we lose and get rid of them. So it was like a win-win, honestly. That's all good. Schmeichel caught a ball! Go on, my son. That keeps him in the starting lineup for the next 10 years. Tierney. Runs it. That's calm enough. Just cuts it back on his man. So it's there with him to kind of cause a little issue, but it's not going to be too problematic at all. Played out towards Rio, Araujo. Nice little pop out towards the side, and it's going to be a throw-in the final third. One 0 Celtic. You're a bit late to the party, James. Sorry to break it to you, my guy, but we're 2-0 up already. But we're comfortably winning this game. It's nice that I can actually smile. Sarcasm, kid. There's a ball. Oh, actually, hold on. Fucking hell. Another nice wee pass in behind. That's another really good pass in behind. That's not the worst cross either, but eventually headed away. We still have the fucking pressure. Final third. The football has been tremendous, to put it nicely. Amazing football today. You know the way to say it, Grayson, is like I think a lot of us were just that depressed watching Nancy's side-to-side ball that anything in comparison looks like prime Barcelona. Like I said, we're not playing anything out of third or fourth gear right now, but just the fact that we're playing consistent, good, fundamentally basic football that is tailored to the Scottish game. Having that 4 at the back is detrimental to having an attacking system. You only go with 3 at the back if you're counter-attacking. Which, I mean, for a team like Celtic that likes to have a lot of the ball, Is that a corner? I'm not sure if it's a corner or not. Scales got up there and kind of came off the back of him. I think it's a goal kick in the end. Yeah, I've been funneling. Let's see that smell then. Let's get back to the VOD when we scored. I love this here, man. This is fucking night and day. Couldn't have said it better myself, lads. Could not have said it better myself. You just got Martin O'Neill standing on the side and just with his little soft Northern Irish presence. Gotta love him. In his head, he's probably just standing there going, I think it's a little bit cold right now, actually. I think I might have to have a nice little cup of tea at half time and refresh myself, and that's good enough. Meanwhile, Goodwin will be fucking sitting there at half time with a shotgun in his mouth, fucking rattling. Probably down in about 10 whiskies just to be like, right, fuck man, just don't lose by 10. I feel for Goodwin because you can see what his idea was. He was clearly, you know, hoping that we would kind of shut down and push an extra man forward. I think the idea was based on the way that they've got Stratford positioned, is that they were hoping Scales would push a bit further forward because Tierney likes to overlap, and they could have obviously used that press to get him behind and cause some problems. Because again, Kamara seems to be dropping back, so it's a lot of anchor movement from them, so they were kind of hoping for that, but obviously Scales and Trusty are only going forward when the fullbacks do. They're pressing as a unit, but they're defending as a unit as well. It's genuinely night and day. Defensively, it's fucking so obvious. Because look at that, you've got an extra body there that can just shimmy the run out. Like, Araujo just can cover that, make sure the ball gets out to the byline, goal kick. Like, we couldn't do that under Nancy's system because there wasn't the extra man there. And then actually, the ball forward isn't actually horrible from Schmeichel at all, by the way. That genuinely was not a bad thread at all. Could have been something, just didn't work out in that specific instance. I'm not going to complain about the way we've played at all so far. Schmeichel's just got it back, and even Schmeichel's getting his passes right. There we go. Man, it's nice to see that, you know what I mean? Little noticeable things. Should do that thing where we're near the end of the half and there's a slight break in play. I do apologise. You're about to see my ugly face. Hello! Please consider subscribing if you're new here. It helps the channel. We're trying our best to get towards 2,000 by the end of this season. But realistically, 1888's the goal for obvious reasons, you know. Look at our badge if you need any more pointers. If you already are, thank you, that's very kind. Please just consider leaving a like on the stream. It keeps us in the algorithm and recommends us to more people over time. That's all, thank you. You can become a member as well as you want, but that's not necessary at all. Do not give me money. That's a good ball into space, actually. Dundee are on the well, I was going to say they're on the chase, but unfortunately for them, Dyson Maeda exists and they just cut him out. Normal service resumed, exactly. Actually, yeah, you're not wrong. You resemble the three sides of administration. Judo is on the good side, asking nicely, Flash is the level-headed one, and then you're just the chaos. That's actually true, to be fair. And just imagine like one of those like mafia meetings where you all come in at like the high table or whatever, and I'm just like, now gentlemen, I have a request of you, and you're just like, we've already got you covered, boss, don't you fucking worry about it. It's like, look, Flash is the fucking calm and collected one. He's like, don't worry man, I've had a word with him. I don't think he'll be doing anything stupid anytime soon. I think he's going to be playing along just nicely. You got like Chateau on the other end. It's like, I just had a word with his mother. Don't worry, she'll talk to him and it'll all be sorted out. And then you got Virtual. It's like, don't you fucking worry, I killed his entire family. Took them all out to the fucking water and left them there. Put cinder blocks around their feet and tied them to the bottom of the ocean. That type of shit, you know. Bless. The only team you can enjoy for a long period of time in FC 26 is Celtic. That's when you know you're a hardcore fan. Things you love to see. Did Hibs score? I honestly don't know. I haven't checked any of the other games. I'll have to take a gander. And see that. Oh, hold on, chance into the box. Never mind. There was an opportunity at least. One more before half time would be balling. I would absolutely love to see that. Trust it. I kind of feel a little bit bad for the cameraman. He's just constantly pointed this way. It's like very rarely does he have to look towards the left hand side of the field. Nah, it's very much like good cop, bad cop, and then, I don't know, Chateau's just the cop that brings in donuts for everybody and does the reception work. Just the gentleman. Like the old guy that's been there for like fucking 50 years, you know what I mean? Like, you know for a fact he deserves his goddamn, like, his wee plaque in the wall, employee of the month. That's a good move. I was joking about us maybe getting a third, but the fucking we've gone full press in the final few minutes, which is genuinely and really good to... That's not a foul. Yes, referee, thank you for not... I thought he would bought that die for a second there. Still have it, down to the final third. Lovely move to Necti. There's been a very welcome injection of pace into this side. Araujo, really good first half for him. Yang, who's obviously scored that fucking goal and probably been the best attacker out the three today. Oh my god, lovely footwork to get into the box. I really like Yang. I like Yang. He is figured something out in the training ground. He's got his physicality up. He's willing to take runs at people. The fucking footwork there was lovely. The pass into the box, you could see he was trying to find Rio in the near post run, but well cut out in the end. I think it was by Graham that time. Could be wrong. It could have been Severge or one of the other two, but don't want to make assumptions. Like teams up for the oh, that's actually yeah. To be fair, there's a few good teams. Like teams like you talk about, like your Braintrees and Crawleys and shit like that. Like Harrogates and Sutton, those types of teams. Interesting. Not too many people that do those types of saves. Nice to see. Oh, that's fucking nice to know. Got more than 50 people in here for this one. That's quite nice. Thank you very much, lads. Always appreciated. We've only got literally about 12 more seconds until the end of this first half. Got a kick to be swung in and that'll be the last... Oh my god, I don't know if that came off a Dundee body or the goalkeeper, but either way, that could have just fucking bundled its way in. Still pressure in the final area here. There could be a last ditch chance! Oh, that was a good header actually. That was not a bad flick on at all. I think it was Scales that managed to make the run and just kind of was Scales that got on the end of it. Oh, I tell you fucking what. Was it? Someone got in there, or was it a Dundee body? It was a mix of actually Yang and one of the Dundee players. Came off of one of the two of them and then, oof, I tell you what, the deflection wide wasn't that far off. Well, half time here, we've discovered that Yang is detrimentally Lionel Messi in South Korean form. Really good footwork there in this half. Araujo has been really good down that right hand side as well. I have to say, man of the match is a toss up between one of those two so far. Yang used to run too straight and would end up in dead ends too often. Yeah, honestly, you're not wrong at all. He's actually willing to arc his runs, try to cut in, cause some problems. Pop Leo! Hello, mate. Hope you're good. Can you make a prayer to the big man for me and get like a 10-0 win in hand? That'd be lovely. Thanks. Listen, man, I not particularly believe in God, but let me come into the Vatican so I can just stare at the buildings. They're pretty cool. See you for the next half. Oh shit. Are you doing like a cyberpunk like brain transfer right now? Hell yeah. See you in like 15 minutes, mate. I know, incredible. I like how he's got his name labelled like it's a Super Bowl title. Like Pop Leo, and then he's got the 26 and Roble Noodles, but then 26 at the end just to make it that little bit. 6-0 you predicted. Good shit, man. Good shit. Is that what the big man upstairs told you? Is that his game plan? Is that the way? Oh, that's amazing, man. That's spectacular. Just bear with me a second, boys. I'm going to use the restroom. I'll be back momentarily. You can talk amongst yourself. I'll be about a minute or so. Whoop. We're back. That's very kind of you, Chateau. I just seen that comment there, man. Thank you very much to anyone that is doing so. 7. You're going for 7? I have no idea what to call you, dude. Your name is just like a bunch of letters and numbers. I'm just going to call you Eh. Or A. Call you Eh. Or Ehe. Ehe. Aye, Ehe. That's good enough. Oh, we're 3 away for the 25 goal. That's brilliant. You should have called an all round. Can you imagine that, man? Pope Leo just walking into a fucking Ladbroke somewhere. Or a Paddy Power, actually. It'd be a Paddy Power knowing the Pope. They put a bet on. It's just like, now listen here, my son. I want 10 G's on the fucking Pistons to win. Just something like that. That'd be brilliant. I hope he does something like that, but I'm pretty sure it's against like every moral code. Can the Pope gamble? I don't think it's like inherently a thing that's against that's, you know, opposed in Christian culture. It's just it's a, you know, an example setting thing. Cans have arrived. Fucking legendary. Good for you, Kelly. You get yourself a nice little. What cans in specific though? See, I don't even drink, man, so it's like it's one of those things where I'm like, anytime I love the saying, you know what I mean, get the cans out, but I just never know what, I mean, I don't drink, so it's one of those, keep the faith, exactly. What do you make of the whole fiasco of Kyoto rejecting the loan to prove a point at Birmingham? That's a pretty interesting, not going to little laughable. Probably because he also seen the rumours that were getting linked with a much better striker in Callum Wilson. I mean, I'm sure that people have obviously seen the links with that Balita, or whatever his name is, the winger that's on the right-hand side that we could be potentially signing, as well as potentially, and this is one that's caught my interest in specifics, Livakovic, because I've spoke about him before. Just call you Liv. Oh, even fucking easier then. Liv is so much easier. Jesus Christ. Right, Liv it is. Well, nice to meet you, Liv. Hope you're well, bro. Yeah, I think I've lost my train of thought. Brilliant. It'll come back to me. It will come back to me eventually. Eventually. But I love a Kovac, that's what I was fucking talking about. Apparently there's a chance that we could be going for him because Zagreb have clocked onto the fact that he's not doing too well out at Fenerbahce. He was sent out on loan to a team in Spain, didn't get played once, he's came back and wants to get out, essentially. And the fee has gone from 7 million to what, that's what we were told we'd have to pay for him the last time we inquired, to 2.5. Zagreb have put like a 2.5 million end of season, you know, buyout contract offer down basically. So if we come in and give Fenerbahce like 2.5 million, we've got a very, very capable and proven European level goalkeeper for less than 2.5 million. We need to go for that. Also nice to see you, Megan. Well, I hope you're well. I haven't seen you in channel a wee bit. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Hope you're enjoying yourself. What are you making of the game so far? I'm going to guess you're pretty happy with it based on the fact that Yang's popped up. I'm glad we've converted you into the Yang family. The Yang gang has officially got a new one. Lev Yashin. To be fair, it was the first thought that came into my head. That or Levi for for Attack on Titan, or for those that are really, like, if anyone knows this game, I fucking love you for life. Fear and Hunger. I love Fear and Hunger, and there's a character in Fear and Hunger 2 Terminal. It's called Levi. I'd take a chance on that. I'd fucking take a chance on it. The guy's not exactly old as hell. He's in his 30s. Well, I think he is. He's actually just turned 30, so... Your real name is Levi? That's a banging name, man. Don't get me wrong, my name's unique in the sense that it has a lot of, like, ways to use it, I guess, right? Like, you've just said most people call you Lev, even though your name's Levi. But, yeah, like, my full name's Cal, but people just call me Cal or Kaz. That are the Americans, because of my middle name, they use my initials and it's CJ. Like, there's a bunch of different things. Good performance, and I have the same feel for the second half have we done for the past few games. Yeah, because the last 4 or 5 second halves have been very dramatically bad. The one against Rangers was ideally, I'd say, the second worst. Obviously, the one against St Mirren where I put up for, I mean, that was St Mirren in a cup final, right? But the old form was just depressing for how good the first half was. The bunch of us, depends what one you're talking about for Motherwell, because there's a lot of solid players for them. You could be talking about Masbahise, because he was brilliant before he got injured. I know he's just came back. I'd say he's probably the best player, right? But in terms of, like, players I would go for, I guess, probably Masbahise. Guess what my name is? It's got to be Steve. It's always Steve. To be fair, okay, that just sounds like a mistranslation of like an anime thing, like Kill-kun. A good performance in the second half will be essential. I don't think it will be as essential as previous matches, right? Because in previous matches we're only ever really in the lead by 1. But we got a 2-0 lead. Again, there is yet to be a shot on target from Dundee. That's the big difference about us having that extra defender. Stevie. Stevie. You must be shaking yourself. That's not very patriotic, is you, Stevie? The flower of Scotland. I fucking love that scene so much. Back on the Yang Gang. You love to see it, man. You love to see it. Yang Gang restored. We just need a name. Like, we need a name like that for every single one of them, right? Like, for Maeda, it's the Maeda Mob, let's be honest. That's kind of straightforward. What would Tenekte be? Astora. I suppose you could do the whole cartel thing and go with the Tigres, right? The Tenekte Tigres. But, you know, for obvious reasons you can't do that. What positions do you want to see us add to? We just discussed the goalkeeper, because, don't get me wrong, Sinisalo, nice and all that, but obviously if Schmeichel's fucking off at the end of the season, which seems like is a realistic opportunity and probably is going to happen, we need someone that's a bit of a consistent mainstay, because Sinisalo's just a bit unproven. I still think he's a great backup and he should get minutes. I have stood by that since we've signed him, basically. But as a starting material, yet to really be proven, because we don't actually know. But we have that opportunity to go for Livakovic. I'd say that for one. I think ideally we would need another striker. We're obviously looking at that with Callum Wilson, and a few other shouts have been here and there. And ideally another winger, just in case there's an injury crisis, because again, that's fucked us before and already has kind of given us some issues this season. So we'll have to look at all of that one. The Tierney train, hell yeah. Folk have started naming you Trusty. You don't know how you feel about that. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Because like, yes, you know, I'm named after a Celtic player, but at the same time, does it have to be him? Can it not be like a McGregor or a Maeda? That'd be nice. To be fair, I have the same first name as our captain, so That and one of our strikers. And if we sign Callum Wilson, there'll be 3 players with the same fucking first name as me. I'm just saying this, if you're in an odd, please pick someone that's not going to Virgil has seen and killed any hope of that being read out loud. Like I said, boss, I took him out back and put a bullet in his head. He'll never fucking bother you again. Oh my god. Nah, to be fair, I do need to bring in a new mod eventually, I guess, but like, that's, you know, subscriber dependent. I think I need to have like 2,000 before I'm like, and go with that one. Much better, much more happy today. Hope Nancy is watching what could have, should have been. 100%. He'll be watching that game wondering what the fuck the players have been taking, because it's just, the mindset, it's always down to mindset. And it's so much better. Just all round from back to front. See you full time. Well, that's you off until then. Catch you after, Megan. Hope you enjoy the second half. Maybe a few more goals would be nice for us. I think we're all in agreement that another goal would be fucking clutch. Be the bare minimum. I'm pretty sure you could just type people out, right? I think the only one that can actually outright ban someone from the channel is me. What usually tends to happen is if a mod like removes a message or something, once the stream's done, like on the little YouTube tab, I'll go through like the ones that are on the side, because don't get me wrong, there are some shit that gets said that I don't see during my streams that I see after I'm done. I'm like, oh my god, that was bad. But most of the time it's just, you know, people coming in and be like, it's always some like nonce comment or some shit like that. You got Donovan and Negrin warming up on the sidelines. It'll be interesting to see if they feature in the second half. Jokes on you, I'm models. You can't be can't lifetime ban. Interesting approach, I suppose, but there is the counterpoint that they can just ban you for eternity. Oh, you can hide folk, alright, that makes sense. Because sometimes I'll overturn them if it's just like a heat of the moment and someone cracks a joke, but there are people out there that genuinely do comments on pretty vile shit, so... Yeah, it's usually if it's targeted at someone specifically. Like if it's just an overarching, like, oh, Celtic got a bunch of terms or whatever, then that is what it is, who cares, but... If they get personal or go after someone in chat, that's always a problem. Don't think there's any changes for us. There could be for Dundee though. There's a fella standing down at the touchline, so I believe that is the case. They've at least made one change. Second half time. Hopefully a good second half to be had. We're at a 3,000-year ban. Like one of those Eldritch gods. I will return in 4,000 years. And I'll ban you again, mate. Second half's kicked off. Should have kind of said that when we kicked off for about 30 seconds on and a half, I do apologise. Schmeichel has the ball, lays it afterwards, trust it. Hopefully that's one of the few times we get to see him this half. As soon as I say that's passed back. They did make a change, yeah, I was right. Fata is on for Kamara. It's the only change in, for either sides, I believe. No formation switch up for Dundee, no formation switch up from us. Rio just seems to be sitting a bit further out towards the left of anything, but that's about it. It's more or less a flat 3 rather than the advanced central attacking midfielder role. It's not like fucking Sorrow, exactly. Always think of that Family Guy bit where he loses his eye contact. Nice contact lens thing. Oh, that's a bit of a awkward one. Nice, good shit, Rio. That's good, man. Gets back, covers with his man. Solid all round there. Laid off towards Scales from the breakaway from in jails. Nice layoff towards Tierney. Quickly fell down towards the Tunisian. He'll put it back towards him. Kiam, Trusty. Nice little whippage pass there. Gets it about 20 yards further in towards the half. Some nice dancing around there from Young, but he doesn't necessarily find his way through. If Arthur manages to win that one calmly enough, it's a fucking awful pass away for Ferry though. Graham gives him a wee bit of a shouting at, but it's not going to affect too much in terms of positioning. That's fucking awkward, I'll tell you what. The deflected touch away for Dundee wasn't exactly the greatest clearance either. It's still dangerous. Dances into the box. Chance there. Surely a big chance for a third. It's a good shot for the edge of the area, but unfortunately, like a lot of our shots over the last month or two, it's just not on target. Solid, really solid opportunity at the start of the half. Doesn't necessarily work out that time though. A little unlucky. Really liking the way Rio's playing in this one. The rings of pill. Oh. Yeah, I mean, that was a bit of a press though. That could have turned into something. I'm really liking the fucking effort of Young this game, man. He's chasing everybody down. He's got the fucking legs of Maeda this match. So they body swapped or something, man. Because, I mean, Maeda's been okay this game. He's popped up with one or two nice little bits of play. I think that's going to be a pullback for there. So Bolt's just got a little bit too intertwined with on there, yeah. Interesting. Well, Dundee are trying to shift it, or at least making a bit more of a go of it at the very least. I think it's because they know if they're going to get in from this game, they need to score ideally in the next 10-15 minutes. Put the pressure on Celtic's back. You feel like if there is another goal in this game, it's going to be crucial for either side. If Celtic score it, it's definitely game over, and we can safely say the 3 points will be ours, but if Dundee score, then it opens up the door just slightly. That's why Celtic are still being a bit cautious with our approach. We're not just going full balls to the wall and sending everybody forward. It's just calm, control passing. Anytime there's an open man, play in towards him and just try and drain some extra energy out of the Dundee press. Calm all round from us. That's lovely for Trusty, the wee fake out to get away from his man. Cuts it back to Scales anyway. Out towards Tierney, who's had a really good game so far. Opts to play it inside again. That was probably not the pass I would have personally gone with, but either way we retain the ball. Chance for a long pass if they see the run of Yang there. Not to go inside. That's, well, the foul's been given anyway. Stayed on his feet. Could have honestly have carried on. Ciao. Nice to see you, Michael. Hope you're well, man. The one they've got. Tell you what, man, that'd be so pretty interesting in Fault 1 too. There is a place that no one goes to. Or like a fucking, oh, it would have to be like an Irish accent, wouldn't it? Like an old folk tale. There's a place that you're not meant to tread on. Like one of those Disney films, like the parent tells you can't go there and then the kid goes there anyway and the whole film's about them finding themselves or some shit like that. That's good for Drosty again. He's going for the longer range passes. That's one thing I've noticed out of the gate early on. Ah yes, the block throw. There we go. I'm talking now. Well, how long ago were those films made? Oh, that's calm. Lovely if it doesn't. Keeps it close to his chest, nice. Lovely ball across, on, cuts it inside, Rio. Nice little touchback. Like I said, his hold-up touches have been very crucial to keeping the ball moving fluidly for us. That's another really good break down the line for Tenecte. It's awkward, bounces around, not necessarily clear, and eventually Dundee hook it away again. Pretty much rinse and repeat what we were doing in the first half. Dundee try and find any open lanes, they play a long ball, Celtic steal it and immediately go on a 5-10 minute press where it's just constant pressure on our end. I don't know what the possession would be looking like, but it seems like we would be having a lot more of the ball than even I was expecting in the opening stint to this half. Thought we'd sit off a little bit and just try and soak out some extra energy from Dundee, but it seems like we're going to take the approach of letting them chase us. It's not as if any of the Celtic bodies look tired by any means. A few slow legs for sure. Yeah, Livingston are leading Kelly. Apparently it's 0-0 between Hibs and Motherwell, and Cimarron and Falkirk are all square. Those are their updates for those games. Tonight is having a decent game and way more incisive and brave with his runs. You can say that about both of the full backs in general as well as the wingers. Like Tierney and Araujo doing a very solid job of breaking out where they have to. Can't really complain about where they are. Like Araujo's doing the free roaming stuff very well. Tierney's obviously putting some really good crosses. But the wingers obviously been doing a class job. I mean, Yang's cutting in and getting shots away, lovely balls across the box, taking his man on inside the kind of byline, trying to drill in low balls or whatever he can to basically make it awkward. Here's another example of that actually. There's a lovely early ball. Oh, Maeda, fucking hell, man. Case in point, the other two wingers are switched on, but Maeda's just not a natural striker. I feel like Kenny might be a choice now, because that is a big miss. Like, I get that he probably would just has to do better there. Just scuffs it under his feet. Poor miss. I have no other way to say it. Nice pass across the face of the box. No real bullshit there. Just stay on him. Nothing too threatening to worry about. Played forward. Sybil engages the press, but it's not really going to do much in the end up. You feel like their main threat in this game would have been Sapsford, but he's been kept real quiet. Barely had the chance to get a cross in or a pass or anything in between. Case in point, it's literally what I was just saying about Young. He's able to get those really nice passes in. He's actually willing to take the risk and get into those areas, but it's just the end product for some of the strikers, and obviously some good defensive clearances on top of that. It's another decent ball forward. That's a really crucial header because Maeda was going to be in there behind on his man. Crestus obviously complains a little bit, but good work between him and Graham to at least keep the pressure away from Richards in this and between the sticks, but he still has a corner to deal with. 10 minutes into the half and it's been pretty straightforward for us, to be honest. Doesn't seem like there's any tactical tweaks from Dundee, and it's just allowed Celtic to continue pretty much in the same vein as they were in the first half. Particularly in the last 10 or 15 minutes, corner kick to be swung in. That's somehow found its way through everybody and eventually cleared away, and it's actually a lovely wee touch from Fatah. He's going to try and break his way forward. But again, fucking Yang, by the way, gets back. He's literally defending, he's attacking, he's doing every single conceivable thing. I'm genuinely convinced him and Yang have body swapped. Right, the Freaky Friday this shit somehow. If Kenny is given them and gets a couple in with the amount of chances he's been for himself, he can get the confidence to convert, he could be a decent player. You'd say that about any striker though, and that's the issue. A lot of us kind of said that about Ida, and we still sold him off for less than we bought him for, so Gonna have to factor that. What a fucking pass again. Rio and Yang have been really fucking good to watch. Another, what the fuck? How's that not going in then? I understand that there wasn't a Celtic touch on the end of that, but it fucking flashed right across the face of the, not just the 6-yard box, but pretty much the goal. Again, another lovely little piece of movement between tonight. I'll tell you what, man, it was really lucky that it didn't find its way through. Tell by Graham's reaction afterwards, a wee kind of flick of the hair. Yeah, I feel like that's why a lot of us want that extra striker in this window, just for that extra consistent option. That's why I think Callum Wilson wouldn't actually be a bad shout at all. I think he'd be a pretty good fit. I'd take him over Kyogo, that's it. I mean, Flash was speaking to me about it. It's one of those. I can't blame Maeda too much for that one. It was just a bit of defensive positioning that put him off there. It would have been hard for him to kind of turn that one in. But I do agree, once again, it's a really good run in for Tenecta. I mean, Yang have been pretty consistent in this game. Araujo can't chase that one back. It would be a bit of an ass to give him a stretch on that one. Yang puts his thumbs up in apologies. It's probably the first mistake this man has made the entire match. We can allow it. Goodwin doesn't seem too impressed, and honestly I don't blame him. Manchester hold up to play has been a little bit better this half. Dundee, that's a good ball, fucking really good ball forward actually of the chase downs there. Tierney has to get all the way back to try and cover it. Skills is there with him, and this is why you have that extra defender. Look what that looks. If we had 3 at the back there, one ball into the box, we would have been fucking scored against. Nope, instead we have Skills running back to cover the space, and it allows Trusty just to slot into that extra space to make sure there's no pass through. This is why we play with 4 at the back, lads. Nice attempted pass for Rio there, wins the rebound back, so we allow it. That's fine. Araujo plays it into space. Nice little 1-2 play between Yang and Arndt. They tried to keep it going, and Rio tried to play a 1-2 with Yang right afterwards, but he's crouched down a little. I think he might have took a sore one, or maybe got a bit winded. I'm not too sure. Yeah, he did take a bit of a knock into the side. He's up on his feet though. Might have been in the half-time cans too. I feel like an hour 40, although for him it wouldn't be cans, it'd be Saki. Cross into the box. Again, it looks like it could have been threatening, but clearly way in the end by Dundee. Araujo's the one that's anchored back to stay on it. That is another fucking excellent pass for Rio, but questionable at best from Arne. They honestly maybe could have just spread himself to take the touch and then go for a quick cross, but tries to almost slide into it. Doesn't necessarily work out. Dundee look like they're shaping up to make a change or 2 of their own, and they look to be defensive and attacking changes expensively. Let's see what they're going to do with this one. I imagine it would probably be open up the extra man at the back, right? Depends on who they took off up front. No, they're just light for light changes. Trapanovski's on for Nama. So we've got some changes of our own as well, which is going to be, I mean, Araujo's coming off. He does deserve a wee round of applause because he's had a very good stint. Turns out 60 minutes in your natural position does you some good. Donovan comes on to replace him. Nice to see that he gets a nice little 30-minute run out. It's not like a change in the 90 fucking first minute where he gets 3 minutes. Rio's going to be the other change, and he has been fucking excellent today. 100%. He's going to come off, and Benji Negrin's coming on, so the two are talking about half time. They are indeed gracing the pitch. Tyne needs to come off. Yeah, to be fair, the lad's run his heart out. I wonder if Nancy is watching. Knowing him, he'll probably do everything in his power to have a look at a Celtic thing again. I feel like if he sees anything green and white, like if he ever gets one of those peppermints. Oh, decent game. Very, very decent game. Didn't do anything spectacular, but did all the basics fundamentally brilliantly, so can't argue with that in the slightest. That's a nice little pass again. McGregor's going to shimmy it. It's nice to see that McGregor's not actually had to be the anchor of the midfield doing all the heavy lifting. Like, Gordon's put in some good passes. He's been a little quiet at times, sure. Rio's been heavily involved with a lot of the play. Could have had an assist or two of his own if the finishing was fully switched on today. But McGregor's just done a lot of the kind of defensive pilfering. Kept things quiet, made sure that Dundee don't have that extra man running forward. It's kept Sybil quiet. Cannot argue with anything that he's done today either. That is a lovely pass in for Yang again. Fuck me, he has had a great game. Donovan. I like the idea, but doesn't necessarily lead to anything. Trusty stands up his man trying to get away with that one, but it's obviously going to be a fault one way or another. I really want Donovan to progress and become a stalwart fucking tour right man. Donovan is a hell of a player. I want to clarify this. I mean, a lot of people took a lot of positives from that, you know, from specifically from that Red Star performance, that 1-1 draw. Oh, Motherwell are beating Hibs. That's interesting. Falkirk are beating St Mirren. Livingston are beating Kelly still. So there's goals in every game. Motherwell are keeping the pace alive actually. Hold on, let me just take a quick little look at the table. Good for them, man. Genuinely good for them. That's damn respectable. I just need to get their finger out though if they want to keep the press alive. Sorry, I'm going to go back to the stats now. I just had to see what that. Just had to see that for myself. 1,000, calm enough, cut back. Not more than 2/3 of the way through this game right now. You've got to say it's been the most competent we've played, probably in about a month and a half. Shocker, I know. Nice film. Oh, deflection, this has to be 3, surely! It is! It's done now! It's such a fucking lovely wee taking touch. I thought Negrin was going to panic at first. But he just sorts his feet out, takes a second, picks his spot, puts it top corner, it's game over. Told you if there was another goal in this game it would be a fucking decisive one. If it was Dundee, they were back in the game. If it was Celtic, it's done, it's over. And that's exactly what's happened. You got to say it was lovely for Martin to get the shot away. It's just really unlucky what happens after that. It falls towards Negrin. Can't really blame Graham too much, to be honest with you. It's one of those ones where, like, again, from a defender's perspective, there's only so much you can do. It just takes the worst possible bounce straight into the path of Negrin, and to be fair, sorts his feet out, puts it in the top bins, and we look immediately a lot better. Negrin's came on off the bench and scored a lovely goal. Cannot argue with that, man. And Martin O'Neill just stands there completely and utterly relaxed. Not a single worry in the fucking world. And we're back. It's just that bit for Little Britain into look at my eyes, look at my eyes, no, don't really eyes, don't really eyes, look at my eyes, look at my eyes. You're under. When Nancy gets sacked, Martin O'Neill's going to come in and you're going to win every single game 5-0. You're back in the room. They've kicked on, done exactly what they've needed to do. Fucking excellent, man. You did say that under Martin there would be a clean sheet. There would be a clean sheet, it looks like it. So far, so good. Like I said, it's a big thing for us with that extra defender. Thank you. Aidan O'Neill. Right as we're talking about the man as well. Great second name, brother. Great second name. Welcome. I do appreciate you joining us, my guy. Saint Martin. Nice. Good press, crossing in the box, could be threatening, still could be threatening, still could be threatening. That's Dundee's first actual chance. And Schmeichel looks fucking raging. I mean, we've seen a different side to Schmeichel today. Really just the side view of him, because he's barely had to actually say that. This is just a case of him who can score. Another 1 or 2 would be absolutely bliss. It'd be great for the soul, I'm not going to lie. I think it'd be the least we fucking deserve, to be honest with you. For all the hardships that we've been put through with non-safe football. Good was just standing there like one of those Sunday league dads that's watching their kid get hammered 17-0 and it's not even half time yet. Thrusty's on the chase back, just goes for a kind of flop header pass back towards Schmeichel. Calm enough. 3-0 Negrin, that is true. Coming off from us on all fronts. Let's run it forward. Trust it. Keep it composed, boys. Yep, side to side. Donovan just gets it back and forwards. You paused 45 seconds because our stream's behind. My apologies, man. I don't mean to spoil anything for you. Okay, lovely for Tenecti again. It's just nice having wingers that have a bit of physicality to them, man. Yang's been bodying his men on the flanks. Tenecti's been taking his men on. Like, every aspect of their play today has been damn fucking well dignified. Really well dignified performance for the both of them. I had to think of the right word to say for that. Yeah, again, spoiler, I do apologise, but been there a few times when I've been live and there's like 20-second delays and people start spamming it and chatting around it for other people. Coming off. Well, I mean, everyone in chat's a big boy. We don't have, you know, it's not kid friendly. We swear a bunch, man. We don't get recommended to kids. McGregor, ball out towards left. Oh, Tenecti, good touch, wee man. Get in there, cut another cross in. Does actually cut in, doesn't get the cross away, but it falls out to Tierney, who cuts it back. McGregor, Tenecti, he's got about a yard or two to cross. Tierney holds up the space just to make it a little bit awkward for them. The football was nice, but again, just a little bit too much towards the end. Unlucky there from the Tunisian. Oh, what a run for Scales to track that down. Gets a wee touch on. It's going to bounce out the far side and Dundee will still keep it in play, but it could have been something. Ooh. Keep it respectful, boys. It's the most positive game Tenecti has had since his first came in. I'd say there's been one or two where he has been a little bit more noticeable, at least in terms of the fact that he usually just tends to be the sole runner, right? He seems to be the one that's like carrying the team in those specific games. But in this game he's played a brilliant team performance. He's not trying to be selfish and go for those like whipped shots from 30 yards out right on the edge of the box. He's actually willing to try and cut it in with a pass. Like, they're passing when they need to, and they're shooting when they have to, and like I said, it's night and day. There's another good shot. Spilled. Should be 4. Is it 4? I don't know if it's offside or not. I think the flag stayed down. Is it? Yep, it stayed down. It's 4. Let's go. We've got ourselves a 4th. Maeda's there to put it in. I'll need to see the replay back because I'm not fully convinced about it, but I think it's 4. Maeda has got his goal. Let's take a little gander on it. Was he on? He's on. That should stand. Fucking balling. 4-0. Let's go. We've got another one. Maeda, as Lane's just put in chat there. Fucking excellent. I feel a bit for Richards. He should have honestly done better to at least keep it within himself. It wasn't the world's hardest struck shot for Tenecti. But Maeda runs onto it with the 900 million pace and pumps into the top of the net like it does not even matter, man. Hits that harder than Chris Brown. Solid. I take it. Paul Leo said it was a 6-0. To be fucking fair, we might actually have to believe that it's the real guy. Onside, yeah, no, it's definitely onside. I had to just see the angle back because the first angle looked a wee bit. Second one, he's just behind his man. It's about 2-3 centimetres, but he is 100% onside. Of course, that had to happen with that goal. Where the fuck? Oh, it does. Hold on a second. Yep. Well, we got the 4th. It's pretty straightforward from here. He's now in Valhalla. Martin O'Neill can walk and water. It just shows you that let's see all the people that were in chat over the last few weeks that were saying it's the players' fault, and I had to keep explaining to them that it's not the players' fault because Martin O'Neill had less players available to him than Nancy did and was able to get 7 wins out of 8. Ah, yeah, I mean, there's Tenecti's. That's what Tenecti's usually known for doing. Cutting in. Bobo. I know there's just a guy that's in chat that just happens to be called Pope Leo. I know there's a few people that left at half time, so looks like there's going to be a final change. It looks like it's going to be Jamesy Forrest that's coming on for Dies and Maeda. which is interesting. I mean, Tenecte's coming off as well. Alright, so Libby guy, okay, I just realised Forrest is probably going to be coming on for Tenecte, and then I'd imagine Kenny's going to be coming on for Dyson. Seems like that's the case, and then McCowan's going to be coming on for Yang. We need to applaud Yang and Maeda, because they were fucking excellent today. Tenecte was great as well, of course. McCowan, Kenny and Forrest are the three that come onto the pitch to see this one out. 20 minutes, give or take, with additional time, I'd imagine. St. Martin, welcome back, exactly. Oh, that is it, onside. This could be 5, is it? Oh, what a save. Is the flag going up anyway? I think it has. Kenny just missed a big opportunity, and I can tell you what, it's close. Did look just maybe slightly off there. Case in point, what we're talking about with Kenny though, even if he is offside, you need to score those chances. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Yeah, the offside flag definitely spelled in his blushes, but still probably should have scored it. When you said if we get 3 out over, I was still worried as I watched the Forest. Oh, to be fair, that game, if you're talking about the Wrexham and Forest game, fuck me, man. Wrexham certainly made a meal of it, but they deserved to win. Hard to argue against it. Thank God, hopefully it's done now. Well, unless Dundee decide to turn into prime Barcelona in the last 10-15 minutes, they're not really going to be doing too much damage in that front, to be honest with you. I think this game is pretty much signed, sealed and delivered from this point. Comfortably dealt with and done with. Could someone update me on what's going on with the likes? Did we get to 25? If we hit the 25, then pretty fucking happy with that. Actually, I need to check the sub count as well, just to see what's happening with that real quick. Oh, we're at 18-15, so we actually gained a couple. Thank you everyone that joined us. They've got the Deadpool factor. Well, that's it. Well, I mean, to be fair, it summarises Wrexham in a nutshell, isn't it? Red. Revived after a certain amount of time of being dead media. And more importantly, above all else, pretty good at being able to, you know, take damage and still win. It was a genuinely great game. For those that didn't see it, 100% would recommend going watching the highlights. I didn't even know Hudson-Odoi fucking played played for Forest. I totally forgot he was. Popped up with like that goal right at the end. It was lovely. 27, oh, we fucking hit it then. Fantastic. Thank you very much, boys. Bliss. I gotta love Forest. Not their owner. Their owner's a bit fucking weird. But who Forest are as a club? Yeah. That's why I have a soft spot for teams like that, and teams like, you know, you see like your Crystal Palaces and things like that, just because they're quite clearly, you know, traditional clubs. Plus the Ellis Park can actually get quite fucking loud. Don't have a specific team, but you always tend to go for the underdog. I mean, I don't know. There's a few teams that I have soft spots for. I have a really soft spot for Sunderland. Same with Newcastle. I just love the Geordie teams. Any person that comes from, like, you know, Tyneside, they always tend to be really, really lovely people. Plus their accent's just banging. Why, man? Oh, there's a few awkward bounce arounds. Celtic somehow still fucking retain it. Brilliant work for Nygren now. Love that for the Swede. Skills. Coming off inside. Cut across again from Nygren, this time back towards Trusted. laid out towards McCowan, just dances inside, puts a little bit of pressure on the outside there, and eventually shovelled back across the line towards Scales. You got about 15 minutes for the ground, Jesus Christ. That's class. You probably hear it whenever they score them. To be fair, Flash is one of my moderators. If he like walks up a hill, I think a little bit from where he lives, you can practically see the fucking stadium. Where my mate lives in Airdrie, you get like the far out view of it, because you can see all the way through to Glasgow because of how high up his house is. Football stadiums are absolutely works of art when they're built right. Do you keep track of your score prediction percentage? If so, what is it, out of curiosity? Well, I mean, up until Nancy came in, it was actually pretty fucking reasonable. It was about 48%. Then Nancy came in, it went to shit. So, yeah, I think, like, this season, by far, it's the worst. Like, the season before was my highest, because that was about 53%, like, just about halfway of the time, give or take, I'd be right one way or another. The season before, it was about 40%. This season it's about like fucking 25. A quarter of the time I'm right, give or take. Was Aston Villa last season for you? Sure, you want Arsenal to win the league because they're such a good team. Can't argue with that. They're probably the best ones out of the lot that are playing right now. I know, based on the last few matches, I know Man City drew with Brighton, right? Although I will say on that 0-0 draw, what that fucking Martinelli did at the end of the game to that wee Conor Bradley was a fucking disgrace. I get that people are like, oh, you know, he's just trying to move the game on, but the kid literally blew his knee out and he was getting pushed off the fucking park. Really disrespectful. And God for Martin, gonna put a bet on myself at it. Well, they got Eskson and Muller on, Sarsford and Silvers is taking it for Dundee, so again another attacking and defensive change. Just try to keep fresh legs on all parts of the park, I suppose. Maybe a goal for pride. Just shows you the effects of having the right formation in the right way. You can get a much different result with a much different style of play, because the thing with Celtic, in fact, let me just pull up the stats here so we can actually take a look. Yeah, we've done this after 12 shots. Usually we have, like, I mean, look at the game against Rangers, for instance. In fact, hold on, let me do this real quick. I'll still commentate, obviously, but I'm going to pull up the Celtic and Rangers stats just so you can understand what I'm talking about, because it's baffling. There's the stats for, you know, that one. 20 shots to 7, lose 3-1. And then in this one, it's significantly different in the sense of the fact that, well, look at that, we've had 12 shots and total 4 goals. That's the mentality difference of having a fucking formation that can actually get you those clear-cut chances. And we could have honestly scored 2 or 3 more in this game. I'm not saying we've been pitch perfect, but man. Aye, pretty much, you know. I can see how that happened. Yeah, like, I get why, like, obviously from his perspective, but it's the fact that, like, you're standing over the guy after bouncing a ball off him, and he's quite clearly not reacting to you, so you could tell it's a serious enough injury. And just pushes him over. It's just, you need to kind of teach some players some etiquette in some aspects like that. I get it's because he was kind of sitting on the park and off it. You know, you can't continue to play the game that way, but it was 0-0 in the 93rd minute. Oh. But 80 minutes in here, Celtic are 4-0 up. There ain't too much time left in this one whatsoever, to be honest with you. I feel like Dundee are fully aware this game is done. It's just a case of whether Celtic can score 5 goals and make this a 5-star performance, which would be night and day over pretty much less than a week ago now. Originally fair Oyston though. the Fae has to say, oh, met a notch near in the Lake District. Oh, that's fucking cool. That's not full. Yeah. That's a little soft referee, I'm not going to lie, but fair enough, they've given it their weight. I'll kind of put the question to you, chap. If you're rating this game out of 10, where would you honestly rank it, give or take in the on that scale? For me, right now, I'd say this is a solid 7, 8. We've not played our best stuff. I think it would be a disrespect to Martin O'Neill to say that this is our best. But it is significantly better. The formation works so much better this way. The players look to have a bit more of their confidence and composure back. There's some consistency in our attacking style. We're making good chances. Got more of the possession because we understand that because we're the team that has the ball most of the time, we don't need to play with 3 at the back. I think it's just a very good settled down performance. It's basically just like kind of popping one of those like health items in a game when you're about to lose to the final boss. It's just top shot. It puts you in the right speed. This could be 5 actually. That's a lovely ball through. Shoot! Does shoot. Good save. I would have really loved that if Kenny had got his goal there. Can't really fault anything for the striker. The run was good and the shot was fantastic. Just well saved from Richards. Didn't really have too many options for where he was. The angle was tight, so he just kind of fired it in across his man. Not too bad. At least the ball got something right. Exactly. One of the few things this season. This stream 11. We'll love to see it. Well, 4 million, even better. 10 out of 10 given the pretext. I can't honestly disagree with that, to be honest with you. Fucking 15 after the past few weeks. Slightly more optimistic view of it. I mean, to be fair, if a 5th one goes in here, oh, that could have been a bit threatening. I was hoping that because it was Forrest that would rattle the back of the net, but yeah, just rattled his kneecaps trying to get that one away. Just put too much on it. So I was always going to spin over the bar. I respect the fact he got the shot away. Pretty reasonable. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are quite happy. Oh, and as Flash has just put there, you can join the Discord, it's totally free. If you would like to. You met your husband here, I wasn't a football fan, but man, I don't make gaming house a dialed. I fucking love this shit, man. That was my plan with my ex. If she ever visited Scotland, I'm like, first place we're going, Celtic Park, don't give a fuck about anything else. I gotta say, overall, this performance has been fucking so much better, man. Like, just for this fucking sake of morality, man. It gives you just that little bit of, right, okay, we could have been worse, we could have been better. There's definitely some positives to take for this one, definitely some things we can still learn. I think that's fair to say. There's definitely 1 or 2 things we could probably work on in that sense, but I think overall, definitely a much better on paper performance than what we were probably expecting, let's say. That's why I put 2-0 down. I thought we'd bounce back and get the win. I thought the clean sheet was a dead set based on the formation and stuff, but I was not expecting us to be as convincing as we have been. Especially considering the fact that players don't really look that tired. A couple of changes here and there, obviously, just to keep bodies fresh, obviously. Makes sense, can't argue with that. But definitely some brilliant performances across the part of the day. Specifically from Yang, he is my man of the match, without a doubt. He was brilliant in the Old Firm, do not get me wrong, he was easily the only player that was worth giving any form of appreciation to. But in this game you could take your pick, honestly. There's been a few class performances all around the park. Rio's passing has been brilliant, Alan's been very consistent where he's needed to be. Obviously, Yang has been an absolute fucking baller. Tonight he's put in some great crosses, good passing lanes and stuff like that. There's another break forward. Going Forrest, going Forrest, going Forrest, going Forrest. Got it in, Forrest. Shoot, Forrest. He did shoot, it was just nowhere near it. Fair enough though, can't argue that. Once again, case in point, Yang breaks forward, lovely switch across to Forrest, and yeah, for me, Yang, man of the match, has to be, straight up, has to be him. He said when he was dreading it, but once the hell's in the bag he's next to it, oh, I fucking love to see that, man. To be fair, your first game at Celtic Park is always like a, it doesn't matter what game it is, it's just that feeling. But for me, my first ever Celtic and Rangers match, that would have, for me, that's the best atmosphere I'll ever be to. That's a lovely move. Celtic are still potentially looking for that 5th. It'd be nice to get that. But the 4 is more than enough already. I'm very, very content with this as a whole. Once Celtic gets in your blood, it never leaves. Exactly that one. It's been better than we hoped for and keep us up on against the better teams. Well, yeah, the next few match days will give us a bit more of an entailment because obviously towards the end of the month you've got teams like Hearts that we need to face. That will be probably the bigger test for a lot of reasons. But I think Hearts watching this game, Derek McInnes will be like, shit, we don't have like an easy bye now. They'll still be maybe the fairer team slightly, just based on recent results against us, but hey, if we're playing anything like this, it's already 70,000 times better than Nancy's best performance. Because his best was that 4-2 against Livingston, and Livingston scored twice in the first 10 minutes. But we get rid of 3 at the back and we keep a clean sheet. Who would have fucking guessed? It's almost as if we've been saying it for the past month. Need Hearts and Rangers to have a few bad games though. It will happen. There'll be trip-ups here and there. I think that's kind of standard rate, right? You wouldn't imagine Hearts would be pitch perfect from now to the end of the season. They still need to play Celtic and Rangers about 4 times. And then with the split probably about 6, right? So, you know, you have to factor that in as well. On top of the fact that, you know, Rangers tend to be a little bit more inconsistent towards the end of the season. You never know. It's one of those. Celtic need to be pretty much switched on from now as well. So, like I said, the top 3 is interesting because all 3 teams are within 1 win of each other. So, fair to say that the title race is well and truly still alive. It's not dead by any means. Obviously, it will depend on what happens tomorrow between Dundee and Hearts. You loved your trip to Celtic Park when we played there. It was a great place. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, a lot of people from abroad tend to like Celtic Park just because it's not always a negative atmosphere. Like when we lose, we just tend to celebrate any small thing, I guess. But that's a really, really nice comment coming from a Madrid fan because the Bernabeu is a fucking stadium and a half. I'm presuming that's the game we lost 3-0, right? With that McGregor chance out of the post that was half decent. That was pretty much about it. Then better. You enjoying the Discord, Lorna? Oh, well, lucky to have you, mate. Well, it's definitely been a lot more like paradise today. And what's nice to see is that even though some fans are obviously clearing out to beat the traffic, a good amount of them, a predominant amount of them will be staying behind to applaud Martin O'Neill because, again, this man is in his 70s. Maybe there is a chance for Dundee right towards the end, but nope, some good defensive closing down. Excellent defensive closing down. Can't blame Travnowski for trying to get on to the end of it, but he's going to go out on the far side for a corner. They missed a tap in as well versus Madrid. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, no, I thought that was in the away match actually. No, you're fucking right. Man, that's ball knowledge. Well done, boy. Celtic man of the match went to... Yeah, of course it went to Yang. He's been by far and away the best player on the pitch today. Even Schmeichel's been considered... That is the best punch out I've seen for Schmeichel in the last 2 months. Even he, even though he's not had much to do, has been pretty alright this game. Like, nobody's played under a 6 out of 10. But Yang in specific has my heart, man, because he's properly going at them today, and here he is again. What a fucking pass that could be, even he can force it, but it's well played back in the end by Graham. Give him credit. How many series Celtics can you remember many of them missing since the cup final last season? On average, like 1 a game. It's just what he does. But then every now and then he scores like 4 in the match and makes up for it, so vibes. People forget that he's not a natural striker, so that's why I kind of forgive it a bit more with him in comparison to like Ida last season with the amount of sitters he missed. Like my Ida, you could understand it's not his natural position. But if you're a paid professional, you should be able to realistically play most positions to some degree. Not to Nancy's effect where he thinks a fucking left mid can play as a centre back or a fucking centre back playing as a goddamn right mid. Everyone was in the haunted depression. Well, to be fair, it's gone now. We've got about 30 seconds left in this. Got to love it, honestly, genuinely. We're even getting Schmeichel credit now. Last match I was telling him to fuck off back to Denmark. Like, he's actually, granted he's not had a single thing to do, but I think they've had genuinely 3 shots and 2 of them have been blocked. One was for like 30 yards that bounced off of McGregor, and the other 2 were half-hearted ones that didn't get anywhere near the goal, so about as calm as you can ask defensively. Maybe Nancy's probably got his wee tactics board back home and he's realised that the 4 at the back's probably a fucking effective thing to do. I have to go now. I'll wait for your messages. Oh, fuck's sake, this later. Well, I hope you're able to get them in time and you have a good rest of your night. At least you have the advantage and knowledge of knowing that we've absolutely fucking steamrolled Dundee United. We've redeemed ourselves for the 2-1. It's full fucking time, and for the first time in a while I get to actually yell yes. It's been a while. It's been a pretty long time. Almost a month basically, fuck's sake, man. So, for anyone that's new here, you know that there's a thing that we do whenever we win. We get up, clap a little, and then yell very loudly. That's going to be a thing. So I strongly recommend you turn your volume down if you haven't already. But for those that have been here long enough, you already know that, and you've probably got the earmuffs on. Right. Oh, I've been waiting a fucking while for this one, man. Thank you, Martin O'Neill. Thank you very much. Tactical fucking masterclass. Right. For the victory. And for the win. And for Yang. Because Yang's a fucking ball. Fucking yes! Fuck you, Nancy! Get it round you, you bastard! That's why 4 at the back is ulteriorly and superiorly the better fucking choice. Oh, much better. Much better. I am so pleased. Across the board, man. That was a lot more fucking solid from start to finish, man. Definitely happy with that. Definitely chuffed. Well, 3 points! Yay! 3 points. 3 points. We've been waiting a while for that, man. Took a fucking while. Took a while indeed. But, yes indeed, we managed to get what we needed done. If you want to look at the table now, there you go. Oh wait, it's not updated. Fuck! Hold on. I thought it would have updated by now, but I guess no. I'm just going to quickly pull up the one on Google, because at least it's real time. There you are, chaps. We are back in second place. Goal difference is in our favour by 2. There's some other results going around, similar or near the bottom of the table now. Pretty much really dangling towards danger zones. But, I mean, Dundee, realistically, they could surprise Hearts. They are one of the few teams that are actually in relatively decent form, but Celtic have managed to fucking stop the rot. That's all that matters. We've kicked on, we've got ourselves back in second, good enough for us. Obviously, Hearts still do have that game in hand, but if they mess up tomorrow, even a draw, make sure that the title race is a lot closer. Motherwell, I just realised that as you said that first, yeah, Hibs have indeed scored. But again, the title race is a lot closer now. There's about 10 points between first and 5th as it is, so got to say, a 3-game swing could definitely throw up some interest. The ones I love how the fucking stats basically 1 yellow card. Thanks Google, very cool. But nah, we did what we needed to do there. One little summarisation thing, I suppose, that brings up all the things there. He was absolutely man of the match for me today. Young was fucking brilliant, but assists for Scales and Tierney as well, and showing that our defenders can get involved. Cannot argue with that whatsoever. Is that you off? Oh, you take it easy on it. Nice to see you, Bill. Hope you're good, man. Just a thumbs up and smiley emoji, things you love to see. Busting your coupon so far. That's a lot unlucky. Feeling good after that. Right, absolutely, man. You enjoy the rest of your weekend as well, Austin. If you've got any more questions or whatever, you're more than welcome to throw them into chat. If not, we'll be wrapping things up in about 5 or 10 minutes. I don't honestly know, to be quite frankly, bluntly, if I'll be covering the next game, because again, I was meant to cover the Falkirk game under the pretense that I thought Nancy wasn't going to get sacked until, you know, this game where he probably would have lost it. So the fact that he got sacked, I kind of had to cover this one. It was, you know, a Neil's return game. So I might take the one on the 14th off, because there's no real point in me covering the cup match either. The next time you would see me would probably be in the 22nd. I might surprise you and show up on the 14th, so, you know, don't take my word for it, because I did say I wouldn't be live for this one and ended up being live for it. You might as well see how the next one goes. But if I don't go live, you know, that's just probably because I took the stream off. But kind of glad that I put the effort in to do this one, because it was worth it. I actually got to see us win 4 nice, good, clean, unanswered goals, a nice clean sheet as well. Few Stellas and bottom-ups. Definitely some Stella Twas will be consumed by a lot of Celtic fans over the course of the next few days, because we actually have some faith back in us now. Couldn't have came at a better fucking time. We've got some good tune-up matches against Falkirk and obviously watching the Talbot. Get across those two, fair enough, it should be easy. But then the next 3 after that are pretty big for our season, because they're against Bologna, Hearts and Utrecht respectively. So 2 major European games where 1-1 and either one of those gives us a pretty solid chance of being in the playoffs for the Europa League. And if we beat Hearts, obviously that closes their game in hand essentially, if you think about it. So definitely up for debate. We could do some damage. How are you though? Where is Celtic playing the cup match? We play at Talbot's ground. It's on the 18th, I believe. Let me just pull up and double check, because yeah, it is at Talbot's ground. There it's though. Again, I have no real reason to cover that one, to be honest with you, because again, it's a cup match and it's against Hearts, and like, if we found a way to lose that, then I'd be very surprised. Let's be honest, I'd be very surprised. Like, obviously, it's a good side, do not get me wrong, in their own ways. They're in the faltering for a reason, but I'd be very hard to see us fuck that game. But yeah, we play Falkirk twice in the next 6 games, give or take. So that's something, I guess. But we're away to Falkirk in the next match. Like I said, I might be live for that. I mean, I'll put that up there. The nooses can get a little gander if you're bailing out of the stream a little early. This weather keeps. It depends, obviously, right, on, you know, pitch quality and things like that. I guess that makes sense. I suppose one last thing I should probably say before we get around to wrapping things up, because we've got about 3 minutes, give or take, before we call it. You can join us in the Discord if you would like to. It's totally free to do, doesn't cost you anything. Sometimes we just have group phone calls where we talk about shit, basically. I say phone calls, I'm old fashioned, I still think it's Skype. VCs, I think that's what they're called in Discord. Hiccups for no reason. Thanks, Obama, very cool. But you're more than welcome to join us and talk shit in there for a little bit afterwards if you would like to. Don't really think there's too much else to say. Anyone that's subscribed today, thank you for doing so, it's always very kind of you. And I guess we'll leave the rest of it until we wrap up the stream. But yeah, I mean, if the weather cancels the next game or two, I thought it'd take a lot, right? Because I mean, the weather's not been exactly great over the last few days, but this game went ahead. The last one went ahead. I've seen games go ahead when it's been fully snowing, so I think it'll just depend on the actual pitch quality above all else, because some teams obviously have trainable pitches, not a problem at all. Other teams do not. So maybe not specifically against Falkirk. I'd be very surprised to see that game get cancelled. But the one against Watchalong, it's up in the air. Definitely, it'll depend. But who knows? I'd imagine that it would go ahead regardless, one way or another, right? It's not as if there's a lot of time to reschedule matches based on the upcoming run of fixtures. It's pretty much one after the other. Yeah, complicated is definitely one way to describe it for sure, 100%. I think that's everything that we need to do then. I think that's everything covered. Nice, solid, calm lovely little win, so I'm not going to bitch about that in the fucking slightest. Calm across the board, man. Calm across the board. Oh, thank you, Light, for doing that. Well, all we need to do is get that win against Falkirk on the 14th. Get ourselves a actual sequence of wins. 2 wins in a row would be lovely, but already I've got a lot more respect for Martin O'Neill. Comes back in, romps a 4-0 win without any fucking issues whatsoever. Not a single shot on target for Dundee United. So in that sense, brilliant defensively. Can't say anybody was bad. Yang is still unequivocally 100% my man of the match, but yeah, cannot complain about that in any aspect in the slightest. So let's get ready to wrap things up. Should be good enough, should be good enough, and should be good enough. There we go. Right, let's get ready to run this last little bit of the stream it down. So yeah, one last little thing I suppose I should do. I guess we'll figure that out, pull this up, do that. Sorry, I was meant to tweet this up. Oh man, nice to see you, good second half. Back the manager. Aye, well, I mean, we've gotten to the end of the season anyway, Megan, so I'm not worried about that in too much sense. We're getting ready to wrap things up. Are you going to be in the Discord after the game? Not in the VC, I want to clarify, just in the Discord in general, because we'll most likely be talking shit in there, realistically. But yeah, Yang back to looking like Ronaldo. I mean, he was fucking brilliant today. He was night and day in comparison to the previous season or two, you know what I mean? Like the last few matches he's been pretty good, and in the first half of the Old Firm he was without a doubt our best player. Definitely in the first half of this match he was fucking on form for us, so definitely has earned a lot of the respect of the Celtic fans. You just seen him as a bit of a utility type player. He's definitely got a bit more oomph about him, which is nice to see. It's kind of like what Abada did, where for the first 6 months he was a bit it's just taking Yang twice as long to really adjust into the right kind of style of player. He's done exactly what he's needed to do. Did you get a game called off against Gretna? I didn't actually fucking check, to be honest. Need to wait to pick up dinner, you'll jump in after that. Plus, we'll see you in there in about 20-30 minutes, give or take, because I need to go and make food myself, to be honest with you. I've not eaten yet so far. I'd like to do so. Thank you to the other person that just subscribed right to the end. Albion Rovers, thank you, bring that up. Fixtures. Do bear with me. I think the one against Clydebank got pulled back right now. Doesn't look like it went ahead either. Although it doesn't say anything on the official feed. This is why I hate like Albion Rovers thing. It's just like a fixtures list. It doesn't actually give you any reasons. It just basically is like, yeah. At the start, they haven't updated the thing yet. Fair enough, I guess. Right, okay, let's get ready to wrap all the things up here. And then I'll probably jump in with you in the Discord for those out there. I imagine Chateau and Flash are definitely going to be in there at the very least, so if you want to hear what they look like, then hear what they sound like, hear what they look like as a fucking sentence now. But yeah, let's get ready to do this. So, thank you for watching, thank you for taking the time to come along. If you've been here for the whole stream or just a little bit of it, you are more than appreciated, more than respected. Thank you for joining us, it's been very, very kind. Postponed till March, so yeah, we'll now fucking go. Excellent, thank you. Albion Rovers stadium ability. But yeah, we won. We managed to win. We actually got we actually managed to pick up a fucking victory. Very good, 4-0 on the day. Very, very calm. Like I said, don't know if I'll be live on the 14th. We'll see how I feel basically on the day. I might just take a day off, to be honest with you. You never know. It's one of those, I guess, in that aspect. But who knows? Might surprise you, give you some extra things to be excited for the start of this year, at the very least. But yeah. Very happy with that. Martin O'Neill, 4 at the back. It's pretty much fucking exactly what we were asking for from the end of November. It's good that we've got it back now though. It's better late than never. 100%. I will be pretty fucking pleased with that, to be honest with you. But cheers for everyone that's joined us. Likewise with you, Shuto. You enjoy yourself a little. I'll speak to you in probably like 10 or 15 minutes. Let's be honest. If you're available to join us in that VC, mate, hopefully you can. But yeah, that's basically everything. I'll catch you all in the next one, whether that be against Bologna on the 22nd or whether that be against Falkirk on the 14th. Either way, you'll see me at some point before the end of this month, so don't miss me too much. Until that point though, you just take it easy, enjoy yourselves, have a wonderful time, and I can't believe I get to say this with actually some form of convincing tone. Celtic are the best goddamn team in the world. Nice to see us play some good football again, man. You just take it easy. Hail, hail. Have a good one. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy, boys. Catch you after. Oh, thank you for Martin O'Neill, man. Baller! Fucking love that guy.